大家好，我是艾人，欢迎来到我的课堂。我们一直在学习一级汉语动词，上节课我们学了10个，今天我们继续学习另10个。我已经把它们写在板上了。在我写出它们的汉字之前，我先解释一下它们的意思。第一个是说 ，The first verb we'll be learning today is 说。说 means to speak or to say. 你说什么 What are you saying? 你说了什么 What did you say? 告诉 is to tell. You know there's a difference between to say and to tell, even in English. To tell, say, tell me a story. 告诉我一个故事。告诉我昨天发生了什么 Tell me what happened yesterday. The third one is 听. 听 is to listen. 听 is to listen. 我喜欢听音乐 I like listening to music. 住 is to live. To live. I live in Lagos is 我住在拉各斯 Where do you live? 你住在哪 买 is to buy. 卖 is to sell. 买 is to buy. 卖 is to sell. 你买了什么 If you want to say what did you buy, you say 你买了什么 I want to go to the store to buy something. Is 我要去商店买东西。我要去超市买东西 is I want to go to the supermarket to buy something. 卖 is to sell. 这些苹果你怎么卖 How are you selling these apples? Then the seventh one is 有 有 is to have. 有 is to have. 我有一个哥哥 means I have an elder brother. 我有一个妹妹 I have a younger sister. 我有3个兄弟姐妹 I have 3 siblings. And then 有 can also be used to say to be on, like for something to be somewhere. Like say there is a book on the table, you can say that 桌子上有一本书桌子 is table, 上 is on, 下 is under. If you want to say under the table is 桌子下, 上 is on, 下 is under. So if you want to say there is a cat under the table, you say 桌子 what? 桌子下有一只猫。只 is the measure word for some animals. 桌子 is table. 椅子 is chair. Now you can also use 有 to talk about something existing somewhere. 我家的前面有一家饭馆。There is a restaurant in front of my house. A restaurant exists in front of my house. We come to the last 3. The last 3 have the same spelling, the same tone, and the same pronunciation. 它们都有一样的发音。They all have the same pronunciation. We will know their difference when we write the characters. The first one is to do. 你做什么？你在做什么？ What are you doing? Even a lot of Chinese people get confused by the 2 zuo that means to do. The first zuo is the one you should use when you are looking for that to do that is the main action word, like to do something physical. But then the other one is like to do something abstract. I often see this second zuo when they are talking about like something that is not physical, like doing your homework. To do your homework is abstract, you know, it involves writing, not you lifting things or any physical activities. To write an essay or an article, to work, like your profession, that abstract zuo is the one you see in gong zuo, because work is talking about work in general, not bricklayer or you going to do anything physical, the job you do. Ni zuo shama gong zuo, what work do you do? What is your occupation? What do you do for a living? So the second zuo is what you should use when you are talking about things that are abstract. Zuo ye is homework. Zuo jia is a writer. Wenjiang is an article. Zuo wen is an essay. You know, it has to do with abstract things. And the third one is zuo, you know, like to sit down. That shouldn't confuse you. Just know the characters, know the different characters. We will get to know them shortly because we'll start writing the characters now. And please, when you're writing Chinese characters, pay attention to the stroke order. Chinese characters are not just scribbles. They follow clearly defined stroke orders. You don't just scribble them. You don't just write and say it's the same thing. It doesn't matter how I wrote them, I still got them correctly. It becomes a problem when there is an exam and you are asked to show the stroke order, because you will see examination questions like that where you are asked to show the stroke order of a particular character. So we start our character writing from here. 一级 Hanyu 动词. If you remember, the last time we used Zhongwen here, not Hanyu. I used Hanyu this time to introduce you to another word. Hanyu is Chinese. Zhongwen is Chinese. You can say 我会说汉语 and you can also say 我会说中文. Both of them mean I can speak Chinese. So there are contexts where you can use Hanyu and Zhongwen interchangeably. There are contexts where you cannot use Zhongwen. It has to be Hanyu. You know, I just want you to learn more words. Like if you want to say Chinese dictionary, you can't say 中文词典. 词典 is dictionary. You can't say 中文词典. It has to be 汉语词典. You know, there are other contexts like that, but it will be a full lesson if I decide to explain that. Maybe we'll do that some other time. So we'll start with writing the characters for 一级 汉语动词. So before we start writing our characters, I want to emphasize once again on stroke order. When you have a character in Chinese, you write it exactly the way it is supposed to be written. This character is supposed to be written like this, then you cross it from here, not from here. You don't cross it from here to here. No, this one is wrong. This character has 3 strokes. This is 1. Then you do like this, 2. This is 2. Like this is 2. Not 1, 2, 3, then before you cross it. No, this is wrong. This character has 3 strokes. 1, 2, and then you cross it from here to here. 3. This is how it should be written. If you are asked to show the stroke order of this character in an exam, what you do is 1, then you come here and do 1, 2, and then you come here and do 1, 2, 3. This is what you are expected to write if you are asked to show the stroke order of this character. This is the character for Ko. So I want you to please take notes. You cannot have it any other way. You can't write it any other way. If you write it and submit and the person didn't see you writing it, no problem. But when you are asked to show the stroke order, that is where the problem comes in. That is why you need to learn stroke order as you are learning the characters. It looks like you writing, say you are writing the letter A, for instance, and you do like this, you do like this, you do like this. You know, it's still letter A, but it looked tacky. It looked untidy as you were writing it. So the way you see people do letter A like this or do letter A like this is how the Chinese people also do their own. They follow stroke orders. And if you're learning the language, you should follow the stroke order when you are writing the character. So I will wipe it and we just start. We are starting with 一级 Hanyu 动词. This is how to write 一级. E. This is your G. And you do like this. Do like this. 一级 Hanyu is like this. Han. Then you go Hanyu. And you go like this. Please look at how I am writing this. This is how I want you to write it. Dong, si, dong. And you do like this. Dong, si. Like this, like this, like this. Please look at this radical. I see some people doing this. I have seen something like this. Please, it should look like I, but the I should have this. It shouldn't be just I. It should look like this, not like this. And when you are writing this thing inside, write this horizontal line before you do the call, before you do the box. Not write the box first before you do the. You saw how I did it. That is exactly how you should do it. That is the correct stroke orders to follow. Here is sure. This is how to write the character for sure. Sure. You do like this, do like this, like this, like this, like this, and like this. This is sure. This is gao su. You do this, do this, do this, like this, gao. Then su. We have a lot of this radical here. Su is like this, like this, like this, like this, and you do like this. Please, it cannot be like this. It is like this. And this is ting. You have ko. Then you do like this radical. Do like this and like this. This is ting. And this is ju. You do this, one, two, and then do like this before you do the third one. Did you see what I did? After these dots, I did first horizontal line, second horizontal line. I crossed it before putting the last horizontal line. This is how you should do it. Now we come to my and my. The characters for these two verbs are similar and they also look like the character for do. We did do the other time. Just watch how I'm going to write it. This is my to buy. Do you see it? Does it remind you of something? This is my. This is my. My will have the plus sign on top of it before you do this and do this and do this and do this. And then this is your. Okay, my space is kind of going to the other line. I will move this down a bit. Now, did you notice something? See my to buy. See my to sell. You know that the character for do has this here. When you add this, it is do, but when you remove it, it is my to sell. And when you do not put that plus sign on top, it is my to buy. So without the plus sign on top, it is my to buy. With the plus sign on top, it is my to sell. When you now have this, before writing this, it is do. So I will wipe this. I just wanted to use it to explain something. So do not let those three characters get you confused. This is how to write your. You go like this first, please. The horizontal line first. You can't do this first. It is after the horizontal line you do this. And then you do this, two horizontal line inside. Remember, this is one stroke, two stroke, and it should have this curve at the end of it. Now, duo. The first duo is to do. This is how to write it. To do. You do plus here, then you do ko. Before you do this, and this. Did you see what I did there? Then the second zuo is the one you have in your zuo ye, in your gong zuo. Zuo when. So we come to the last zuo. This one means to sit. If you want to say, can I sit here? You say, one on zuo jema. To say, please sit is qing zuo. So this zuo is the one that means to sit. The character for zuo is like this. You write this thing that looks like two people. Then you give them seats. You know they are sitting down. You separate the seat for them. And then you cross it like this. I don't know if this was clear enough. This was what I did. Two people sitting down. This is their seat. Then you separate the seat for them like this and then cross it like this. This is the character for the 坐 that means to sit. I want you to write these characters for the next 7 days, the way you did the ones I gave you last week. I want you to repeat the same thing. And please, this time, write the pinyin, the character, and the English meaning, the way I wrote it. So let me see what you can do. Till our next class. 再见.